night my father got me, his mind was none at all me. He did not play his fancy to muse, if I should be the sun you see. The day my mother bore me, she was a fool and glad, for all the pain I cost her, that she had borne the lad that born she had. My mother and my father, though, oh, to the light they lie, no warrant would not find them, and here 'tis only I shall hang so high. Oh, let not man remember the soul that God forgot, but fetch the county kerchief and noose me, and I will law. For so the game is ended that should not have begun. My father mine, my mother, they had a likely son, and I have none. None. Turning and turning in the whining gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood-dimmed tide is loose, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand. The second coming, hardly are those words out, when a vast image out of spiritus mundi troubles my sight, somewhere in sands of the desert. A shape with lion body and the head of a man. A gaze blank and pitiless as the sun, while all about it real shadows of the imminent desert birds. Darkness drops again, but now I know that 20 centuries of stony sleep were vexed to nightmare by a rocking cradle. Enough muffed is a terrible my harassed, sumptuous to all's feather to be born. what rough beast? Its hour come round at last. Slouches towards Bethlehem to be born.
The barges down in the river above, beneath. From the slimy branches the gray drips drop, as they scraggle black on the thin gray sky, where the black cloud rack hackles, drizzle and fly. To the oozy waters that lounge and flop on the black scrag piles where the loose cords plop, as the raw wind winds in the thin treetop and scudding by. The boatmen call all out. All is running water and sky, and my head shrieks stop, and my heart shrieks die. Running out of my head, my love is running out of my heart. My soul runs after and leaves me as dead, for my life runs after to catch them and fled. They are everyone, and I stand and stare at the water that oozes up on the barges. I might reel and drop dead, and shrill wind winds in the thin treetop, a curse on him, yet I knew if a woman is false, can a friend be true? It was only a lie from beginning to end. My devil, my friend, I had trusted the whole of my living to, and I knew. So what do I care? And my head is empty as air. I can do, I can dare, I can dare, I can dare, and let myself all run away with my head and stop, drop dead. The barges down in the river above, beneath. From the slimy branches the gray drips drop, as they scraggle black on the thin gray sky, where the black cloud rack hackles, drizzle and fly. To the oozy waters that lounge and flop on the black scrag piles where the loose cords plop, as the raw wind winds in the thin treetop and scudding by. The boatmen call out, all is running water and sky, and my head shrieks die. My thoughts and might reel and drop dead, and the shrill wind whines in the thin treetop. I knew, if a woman is false, can a friend be true? It was only a lie from beginning. My devil, my friend. I trusted the whole of my living too, and I knew, so what do I care? And my head is empty as air. I can do, I can dare, I can dare, I can dare, and let myself all run away with my head.
Walking the shoreline, waiting for her. You don't know her, so another person say. I was there waiting to be inspired with poetic visions. Waiting I was, and hear no other way to say it. Laughing, waiting, rain hadn't come yet. Now why the cruel pain of laughing at my impotence? In that moment by the shore, they licked up like some vast leviathan in heat. The stones spoke the way stones speak, oblivious of the solitary, intangible things we are. In that moment the slow birds rose in the cancerous black cloud of wings, and I was caught me of Illyon. The golden spires, the ancient ziggurats laid bare in some lost mythology, authored 4 millennia later by Archibald Lampman. Epic in his unwritten epic. None of it could I write, nor the corpse-stained children of Shield, nor could I speak of the way the raven gods mount upon the moons of the country. We are nothing but blackbirds singing crooked songs, pretending speech. In that moment my words rose and etched themselves upon the sand, and I could see each epic fragment coalesce the ways dreams do. The time between waking and being. I saw the slice arise before creation opened her blind eyes upon all countries and all kinds, and whispered of worlds without shadow one night. I saw the moons of the country where Illyon, the way gravity embeds the would float absolutely on the infinite naked stars. All this I could only grasp impotently, because she hadn't yet arrived. What value in my moment? Clarity, if none, but I could imagine the point of grasping the pages of Lamb's unwritten book. What the point of grasping you can? Afterward in speaking this, another would say it did not exist, since he or she had not seen it. And who remembers the land then anyway, for all the things he did? I have by this time written 30,000 poems. I have turning in the widening gyre. The falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood-dim tide is loosed and everywhere. The ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand. The second coming, hardly are those words out, when a vast image out of spiritus mundi troubles my sight. Somewhere in sands of the desert, a shape with lion body and the head of a man, a gaze blank and pitiless as the sun is moving its slow thighs, while all about it real shadows of benignant desert birds. The darkness drops again, but now I know that 20 centuries of stony sleep were vexed to nightmare by a rocking cradle. And one rough beast, itself come around the last, slouches towards Bethlehem to be born. The night my father got me, his mind was not on me. He did not plague his fancy to muse if I should be the sun you see. The day my mother bore me, she was a fool and glad, for all the pain I caused her, that she had borne the lad, that born she had. My mother and my father, out of the light they lie. The warrant would not so high. Oh, let not man remember the soul that God forgot, but fetch the county kerchief and noose me in the knot, and I will rock. For so the game is ended that should not have begun. My father and my mother, they had a likely son, and I have none. Walking the shoreline, waiting for her. You don't know her, you don't know her. Suppose another person might. Who can say? I was there waiting to be inspired with poetic visions. Waiting I was, and hear no other way to say it. Laughing, waiting. Rain hadn't come yet. Now why the cruel pain of laughing at my impotence? In that moment by the shore, the ocean licked up like some vast leviathan in heat, and the stone spoke the way stones speak, oblivious of the solitary intangible things we are. In that moment the sloth birds rose in their cancerous black cloud of wings and drowned me, and I was caught in the wake of Illyon. The golden spires, the ancient cigarettes, laid bare in some lost mythology, authored 4 millennia later by Archibald Lampman in his unwritten epic. And I couldn't say a thing. Could I write? And none of it, nor the corpse, stained children of shield, nor could I be the raven gods mount upon the moons of the country, where we are nothing but blackbirds singing crooked songs, pretending speech. I saw the slide arise before creation opened her blind eyes upon our blind country, and whispered of worlds without shadow, night. I saw the moons of the country where Illyon lay embedded, way gravity embeds the soil, making echoes of its laws in verse backward in our realms, as if were we to step where it began. We float absently among the infinite naked stars. All this I could only grasp impotently, because she hadn't yet arrived. What value in my moment of clarity? None, but I could imagine it. What the point? Spin the pages of Lampman's unwritten book. If afterward, in speaking of this, it did not exist. Sorry, she had not seen it eating the soul with a star. I did. She's country, wet and cream, that for the stone sons we never had this golden view. We just come, it's not the place we dream. I heard the words and knew they were not mine, and yet I saw myself walking, cane in hand, pausing to scrawl this epic on the sands. I saw my hair winnowing like high. Look, we whine, but with those aching lines, is it just insatiate mind? I saw my eyes glancing in a way, as if I were but the ghost of another life. Had no mistake in the living of, both our wandering, she never came. The slaw bird nestled in the air above his shoulder, like some Egyptian darkness. He was gone, I remained, I glanced to empty sand. I walked away.